Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Amos from Symmetry Acoustics. This is our third episode of our series Sonic Allied. In our previous video, we talked about the process of sound absorption, how porous absorbers work, that is how the foam panels and the fabric panels are able to absorb sound, the technical process. You can check it out. So in today's video, I'd like us to focus more on choosing the right kind of materials for our respective rooms. Tulishasema hakuna kutumia egg grates, hakuna kutumia cushions, hakuna kutumia lexine na hizo buttons. So some of the factors that you have to consider before you make any acoustical purchase is budget. What is the budget? How much are you willing to allocate for your acoustic treatment products? So budget is critical because first, budget will determine the kind of coverage you achieve. Are you able to achieve 70% coverage or 60% coverage recommended to be able to hear the audible difference between the room you treat and the room you didn't treat? So that is number one. Budget also will determine the kind of panels you buy in terms of performance. The panels differ in performance. Some are thicker, perform better, absorb low frequency much better than the thinner panels. So number one is budget. Number two is room usage. How do you use your room? Because if you're just doing vocal work, maybe on a podcast TV, just general recordings, you don't need to invest heavily in low frequency management because vocals alone, in most cases, if you're familiar with EQ, for those doing mixing and mastering, or beat makers, you are familiar with the equalizer, the band, the low band, the low frequency, the mid, and the high frequency. A lot of vocal presence starts from 250 hertz going upward. It's very rare to get a vocal that goes down to 100 hertz. So if you're just doing vocals alone, 2-inch panels, either foam panels or fabric panels, should be able to at least reduce the vibration time for you, so you can achieve a more clear sound, direct clear sound without the echo and all that kind of interference, which is okay. So if you're doing vocal work, just invest in standard 2-3-inch absorbers will just work quite well. Avoid 1-inch foam panels. A lot of guys are buying 1-inch panels. 1-inch panels will not help you because they are so thin. Will just cut the high frequency, the most highest frequencies in the room, and then just leave the rest. 2-inch, not the perfect, but can do some good job for you, especially if you are working on vocals alone. If you are doing mixing and mastering, that is a different scenario because now you are dealing with the full range frequency producing machines like speakers. A lot of speakers go down to the 50 cycle range of 50 hertz, some even 30, in some cases 20. So imagine having a speaker that produces 20, 30, 40, 50 hertz, and then you do not have the right acoustical tool to manage those frequencies. They're the hardest to treat, by the way, because they require sophisticated design work for the product. And also, the more sophisticated the design work is, the more expensive the product will be. So room usage is critical because those doing mixing, mastering need proper acoustic treatment strategies to be able to correct room acoustic signature. Meaning your room could be boosting 100 hertz, 80, 70. You need to even those out so that you're able to get a kind of slightly flatter frequency response to be able to mix your songs or your audios in a better way. Okay, factor number three could be, I would say, aesthetics. Not that important, but aesthetics. You could have everything, the budget and room usage also, but the aesthetic also is a key factor. You want something that will blend nicely with your interior and look cool, not just something that is so industrial. You just need something that looks good inside your room. So that is factor. Oh, another factor which I'm forgetting is factor number four is the room size. The larger the room, the more coverage. The more the coverage, the more the cost. So larger room require more coverage. Smaller rooms will require less coverage. So before you make that purchase of any acoustical product, take into account those three factors that we mentioned. Budget, just go for what you can afford. Secondly, room usage. Room usage will determine what you need to buy. Mixing mastering engineers will need high performance panels that will go down to below 100 hertz, low frequency management devices, and middle and high frequency would be kind of sorted out because 2-3 inch panels will just do that, but you need more than that. So thank you for watching.